Hello, my name is Quentin Powell. I am a first semester grad student here at North Carolina State University in the MAT program. For this assignment, I chose to use The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. I chose to use this play for a few different reasons. This play was meant to be a comedy, but uncovers multiple real life issues that are still being dealt with in today's world. One main reason for choosing this text is because I know it well, and in our reading, it mentions several times that it's good for a teacher to know uh, their content very well. So why not choose something that I know well myself? Also, in the middle and high school levels of English and language arts, Shakespeare is used a lot, and it's used to demonstrate his themes that are kind of timeless and are still used today. And in his stories, they are still relevant today. So I believe that's a great stepping stone for kids to use or students to use. Also, his stories have very complex plots that show cause and effect. And I found that with younger ages or the middle school ages, some students need to see why this or that actually happened. So, in order for them to understand. And now, as far as difficulty goes, the obvious main difficulty in this piece is the speech and dialect of Shakespearean time or literature. Uh, at times, uh, it's even difficult or confusing for me to digest exactly what is being said, let alone a seventh or eighth grader looking at it. I can see them being totally confused after reading just a small portion of his work. Shakespeare also encodes or encrypts double or sometimes triple meanings into his work. So it's always good to have group or open discussions after reading things like this to determine or see what other students may think of it or what they got from it and compare thoughts and such. And when talking about prior knowledge, with all text, prior knowledge is always good, but it's not always needed or necessary. Being that this is February Black History Month, I remember teachers always incorporating Black History into our lessons. So I decided to use this play, even though it has nothing to do with Black History Month. It still relates to some of the things that blacks faced. One of the main themes, or two of the main themes, is race and anti-Semitism. So this will give students some type of culture and understanding that there were also others who were discriminated against as well. Perhaps this could be like a setup for a compare and contrast paper later on down the road involving the civil rights movement. Uh, in addition, it is important to explain to students exactly what a close reading is and what exactly the teacher is actually looking for when doing a close reading. Okay, so moving on to our first example from Portia, who is one of the main characters of the play. It goes, if I could bid the fifth welcome with so good heart as I can bid the other fourth farewell. I should be glad of his approach, if he have the condition of a saint and the complexion of a devil. I had rather he should shrive me than wive me. Like just said, reading this, you may have to read it a couple of times because it is Shakespeare and it's very hard to understand. But the close look at this would be uh, characters like Portia, who is a Christian. Uh, they're very narrow minded in this day and time. So anyone that does not share the same religious views or ethnic views as them, they look down upon them as far as their beliefs and backgrounds. Here she says she'd rather want him. She's basically saying she never want to marry the Prince of Morocco, even if he were a saint, because he has a dark complexion, like the devil. And this is a chance for students to go back and do some research on Shakespeare in the time and his literature, because if they go back and look at Othello or Aaron the Moor, they'll see that the black men in his works were associated with the devil or evil in general. Okay, moving to number two by Shylock, which is or who is a very important character in this play. It goes, "How like a frowning publican he looks. I hate him for he is a Christian, but more for that in low simplicity. He lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of assurance here with us in Venice. If I can catch him once upon the hip, I will feed fat the ancient brood I bear him. He hates our sacred nation and rails, even there where merchants most do congregate. On me, my bargains, and my well-won thrift, which he calls interest, cursed by my tribe if I forgive him." So when you digest the language and speech of what he's saying, he's simply saying, or simply showing that clearly Shylock and Antonio hate each other. They have no love lost at all. Shylock stresses the fact that he hates Antonio because he's a Christian, and because of that, he undermines his money lending business and talks bad about him at the Rialto, which is the merchants' stomping grounds or meeting place. Uh, we also learned that Antonio hates Shylock and as well, and he does not respect his religion. He calls it a sacred nation instead of calling it an actual religion. Uh, and we have also learned or can see how much of an anti-Semite Antonio actually is in his comment. And now we are on to number 3, by Shylock. It goes, "He hath disgraced me and hindered me $500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked my gains, scorned my nation, thawed my bargains, cooled my friends, heated my enemies, and what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summers? As a Christian, if you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge? If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferings be by Christian example? Why revenge? The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction." This is one of the by far one of the most popular and heaviest excerpts of that text. It's been mocked and used and interpreted in many different other works, but there's so much to take away from this. But we're just going to take away a few parts. The part where Shylock says, "If you prick us, do we not bleed?" He's stressing the fact that Jews and Christians share the same humanity. So so they're both human. So if I bleed with the same thing, why can't you? Or why are we not equal? He also says he exposes Christians and their characters as the hypocrites that they are. When Christians are talking about love and mercy, but they go out and alienate Shylock just because he's a Jew or different. Also, you can point out throughout the entire play, Shylock himself tends to empathize the differences between Jews and Christians. Now, this is a very heavy play or piece of text for anyone, but I feel like if this kind of text is introduced to students, maybe at the 7th or 8th grade levels, whatever they're faced in high school, it will be challenging, but it won't be brand new to them. So I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.